the police minister was speaking before the portfolio committee in Parliament today. That portfolio committee was in KwaZulu-Natal, and Andrew Whitfield sits on that committee, and he joins us now on the line. He's with the DA and was attending that committee meeting where Bheki Cele was briefing members of Parliament. Andrew, thank you so much for making time. What's going on here? You've got the Minister of State Security telling the country last week that there was intelligence provided to the police officers. And then the Minister of Police essentially today saying we didn't have any report on intelligence.
Well, Clement, you know, I asked that question today. That's how we got to the answer from Minister Cele. And it's really unfortunate that the minister has waited almost a full week before clarifying the information from Minister Dlodlo. It's clear that there is no intelligence in this government. There's no correspondence or communication, coordination between ministries. And it highlights the crisis that we face in our security cluster. So not only did Minister Dlodlo say that she handed a dossier over to the minister now denies it, and the Minister of Defence is saying that there wasn't an insurrection when the President said that there was. So I can't tell you what's going on. It's a complete shambles in terms of crisis communication alone, let alone the response from our security cluster to the threat that the nation faces. Yeah. And the minister made it very clear today that it's actually not crime intelligence's responsibility within SAPS to detect such threats, and he put the blame squarely at the door of the state security agency.
I mean, this doesn't inspire confidence at all, Andrew. And one wonders what happens in the Security Council meetings, right? The National Security Council, where both ministers actually sit. So when they appeared before the nation last week and briefing us and talking about how the worst could have happened and how the police responded swiftly, basically, if what the police minister is telling us now, they were lying to South Africans.
Well, it really does appear that way, Clement, and I'm afraid that the lies are going to continue, because the real insurrection or the real coup in this country is happening right inside President Ramaphosa's cabinet, where ministers are not on the same page, not talking to each other, and not coordinating. So you're absolutely right. It does not inspire confidence in us as the citizens. Now is the time for the security cluster to be rebuilding trust with citizens after they felt abandoned in KwaZulu-Natal due to the slow response from the South African Police Service. Now is not the time to be inspiring further distrust in our communities in this volatile situation. And so we are calling on the security cluster to either get on the same page and start to provide clear direction, or the ministers must resign. John Steenhuisen has made it very, very clear. At the very least, we should be seeing Minister Dlodlo and Minister Cele resigning or being fired by President Ramaphosa. But the status quo cannot continue.
So Bheki Cele says they didn't receive the reports on intelligence from the State Security Minister. What's happening now? Because the President indicated when he addressed the nation on Friday that the threat is still out there, right? The atmosphere has not been dismantled entirely, that the people that actually coordinated the attacks last week have not been apprehended, all of them. So the threat is still real. What is the police minister relying on now? Are they just going to be reactive, or are they now getting that intelligence they didn't get initially last week?
Well, I'm led to believe that the reason the National Police Commissioner was not in KwaZulu-Natal today with the minister, besides the fact that they can't stand each other or sit in the same room together, the reason was that he was attending a National Security Council briefing. And so I really sincerely hope, Clement, that the National Police Commissioner at least understands what's going on and has access to the relevant intelligence reports. But without being able to put that to him today, the minister spoke on his behalf and said, well, the National Police Commissioner also never received any intelligence. And if that is the case, it means that SAPS is operating without any forewarning. They are not forearmed, and they are completely unprepared to deal with any future threat. And that is completely unacceptable. Then we have President Ramaphosa, who is on an ad hoc basis briefing the nation when he should be taking us into his confidence and providing a uniform messaging from the top as the commander-in-chief of our nation to bring everybody's tensions down and bring everybody onto the same page. At the moment, it appears that our country is leaderless.